You are watching the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.tecntv.com.
Been a lot of buzz about this fake news. You were the subject of a fake news story.
Oh yeah, what they say? I was running for president. No, I
you
voted.
were running for
No, what they say?
You switched your support.
I switched.
from
Yeah.
What do you make of all the fake news and it affects
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So what do you do?
That's a great question. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it, sell it. Anything you practice, you'll get good at, including BS.
You told me last night.
Hey, good day to you all. Welcome to the new. I'm your host, Randy Purham, and happy Motivated Monday. And also, happy President's Day. And with the exception of Brandon there. But no, seriously, happy President's Day to everybody. I know most of you all are probably off of work, so hopefully you are tuning in to the show today, since a lot of you text me or call me and say I can never catch your show because I'm at work. So here you go. You got a holiday specifically dedicated to me today. But no, seriously. Today we have a special guest with us, Tiffani Jones. We're going to talk about, we're going to do a peer review of Kevin Samuels' show, in which he's having a discussion with a 36-year-old stripper. But before we get into all that, I'm gonna bring on Tiffani to see how she's doing, and we'll go from there. So, without further ado, Miss Tiffani, hello. How's it
How
going?
are you? See, you caught me today resting, relaxing, in a casual environment.
Yeah, you look great. You look great. So it's good to be
Thank you.
casual and not suited up, and you know having to deal with the rigmarole of day to day life and everything else. And just relaxing and chilling. So it's great. It is a holiday weekend for a lot of people. So congratulations.
Well,
Every
thank
day's a
you.
holiday for me because
Hopefully
I'm
you're
retired.
enjoying it.
So
Isn't that wonderful to be retired?
yes, absolutely. So what's been going on with you lately?
Oh, lots. Lots has been going on. As a matter of fact, everyone knows that I am the host of Beyond the Lines with Tiffani Jones on TECN TV. And I'm here because Randy and I always have discussions. it is so nice to be to share our thoughts on relationships with you.
Yeah, no, absolutely, you're right. It is fun. So, um, for the sake of time, arguments, and all that good stuff, because we're about to get into a battle royale of the sexes here today. So, uh, we're gonna we're gonna jump to a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, we're gonna get into it because it's gonna be grand. Because this topic today, I know you're gonna probably be like, "What in the blue hell?" But we'll see. We'll see. So, folks, keep it locked right here. We'll be right back in a couple of seconds. You are watching the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.tecntv.com.
I'm Raven Harrison, third generation Texan and military wife. So I've lived in the DC swamp. I know what it looks like. It looks like Michael Burgess, who for 18 years has voted to increase the debt by $7 trillion while leaving our borders overrun, elections at risk, and the Department of Education pushing CRT on my kids. I'm an America First conservative. AOC can't cancel me, and I'll put a breathalyzer on Pelosi's podium. I'm ready to take back our country and move Texas forward. I'm Raven Harrison, and I approve this message.
Hi, my name is Purham with Breeze Beauty Essentials. I specialize in handcrafted, customized organic skincare and hair care products. On this side, we have products for hair and lock people as well. So if you have locks or loose natural hair, these would be ideal for you. We have our cleansing bars, infusing different types of ingredients based on whatever ailment you have. And then, of course, we have the after skincare where you have your sugar scrubs and your body butters. Go ahead and take a look at everything that I have to offer on my website, breezebeautyessentials.com. And that's BRYS beautyessentials.com.
Watching the Exceptional Conservative Network. For more information, go to www.tecntv.com. All right, so welcome back, everyone. All right, so Tiffany, are you ready for the grand surprise topic of today with Kevin Samuel and his shenanigans?
Yes, I am. I'm so excited about this.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, so you are aware and tracking what's going on. I'm gonna play this clip, and Tiffany and I are going to discuss it. So stay tuned right here.
Yeah, 29?
No, I'm 36.
36. Okay. I talk to a lot of people. Okay, 36. What's going on with you?
Young. Okay, so basically, I always wanted to get married, but just being serious with someone, I don't know, maybe till like about 32, I just didn't think about it. I just was still having fun.
Okay.
And
what does that mean?
Just dating, casually dating people, not necessarily having sex with them. Okay. But of course, everyone wants to have sex.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm playing football and I'm trying to pass the goal without doing it in a way sometimes.
So you're robbing me.
A little.
Not a little. This is where you ladies got to start. See, what men want to hear from y'all is the truth.
Yeah. Well, I'm giving it to you.
Well, because you want a man to spend his time, attention, resources on you, and the whole deal is sex.
Mm-hmm.
How would you feel if on payday they played football with your ass?
No, okay, look it. this is what I'm saying. But guys that you're just dating, you know, I don't want to. I want to say after I go on a few dates with you, then, you know, I might want to have sex with you, but I just don't want to have sex with. Huh?
Bullshit. Bullshit.
You're
a grown woman. You're a grown woman. Okay, we're gonna be honest. We're gonna be honest. We're gonna be honest. You're a grown woman. Mm-hmm. You're not a virgin, and you and I both know that a woman makes up her mind whether or not she wants to have sex with a man. You know if you're gonna have sex with him or not.
Okay, maybe say after the second date.
Okay, no. That doesn't play over here. You're 36. You're not 22. This part, and see, you're not listening. This is why men are walking away from marrying and dealing with y'all, because you're not honest. There are men you have slept with and didn't require 3 or 4 or 5 dates. All right, then that's the bottom line. That's the base price. And to men, it's like, if he can get it for this price, why do I have to do all this? That's why I say, ladies, do not go out on date number 1 with a man that you are not sexually attracted to. Do not go on date number 1. Don't go out there talking about our date to see if I like you. French toast that. Keep your ass at home. Don't take his money. Ask all the questions you need to do, because if you go out with us, we're expected to smash.
Okay, look it. I'm gonna give you an example. I have dated and dealt with people that I didn't actually were attracted to them when I first met them, but as I got to know them, I did become attracted to them. So that can happen too. You know,
this is what women do. They play games with the possibility of sex. The guys you went out with, were you paying all the bills? Were you paying for everything? 100%? No.
No.
Then it's bullshit. It's bullshit. I mean, you sitting there saying,
not saying that I expect for them to pay all the time, because I'm a nice girl. I'm from California. You know, it
has nothing to do with being there. I mean, it's not. No. Look. Did you grow up with your father?
My father died when I was 11 years old.
Well, you should have heard this somewhere in your life. Don't accept nothing from a man that you don't expect to do something for.
All right, we're going to pause it right there. So there was a lot going on right there, right then and there. So
yes, there was.
Tiffani, give me your thoughts.
Okay. She's 36 years old, mm-hmm. and she is trying to date, trying to find someone to date. I think she feels that she's a good catch because I don't know if did she say in the clip yet that she's good looking or something like that?
Yeah, she kind of alluded to that.
Okay, well, right. But I feel that there's no substance there. Like, here we're just talking about somebody who is having high expectations for someone to do above and beyond what she's willing to do.
Yeah. You know, but I want to turn our attention to the idea of casual dating and the expectancy mm-hmm. there. You know, when it comes to dating each other. You know, first date, you know, generally you should not expect to hit home run. Generally speaking, you know, it's kind of like.
Generally speaking, yeah.
Yeah, generally speaking, you should not be expecting to hit home run going on a first date, because you don't know how it's going to turn out. Now, if you're talking second, third, fourth dates, there's a possibility there, just depending on the vibe from the first date and the vibe on the second date. Then you just kind of say, okay, you know, let's see where things go from here. If we're talking casual dating, casual sex, and, you know, no really long-term commitment, although it could develop into a long-term commitment. But, and ladies and gentlemen, I am not promoting out of wedlock sex. I'm not. But this is the reality that we live in the 21st century. That people go on dates, or they just see somebody at Walmart and say, "Hey, you know, I want to smash. I want to bang you. So what's up?" That happens. I seen it firsthand. So that is this. But going back to this point here, he's letting her know that if a man takes you out on a date, there's some some expectancies there, you know, as to how, if the date turns out well, you know, they're not throwing drinks in each other's face, and you know, in the first 5 minutes, that at the end of the date, he may be looking for something further. Is that an unrealistic expectation, since he's paying for everything? If he's paying for everything, that is.
Not an unrealistic expectation. He's assuming that if he does all these things and spends money, that the end result that he wants to end up in sex, that is a definite. Why? Because he's spending the money to create the environment, the ambiance, to get what he wants. And correct me if I'm wrong, most men think about sex as the end game when they're dating, whether it be the first date or not. I think in this culture now, there's so many people that they try and get to the end game quickly, and they try to do that within the first date. You know, it's not like, you're having coffee, you've skipped coffee. They're like, "Oh, I like you."
You're absolutely right. So there's this old saying that it comes from the psychology realm, that within the first 30 seconds of meeting a person of the opposite sex, or it could be the same sex, given these days and age and all that, but within the first 30 seconds, you have already made it up in your mind whether or not you are sexually attracted to that person. Within the first 30 seconds,
Correct.
You're walking up and you're like, "Hey, how you doing?" And boom, you're like, "Yeah, I would love to have that." You know, that's generally, you know, it may be in the back of your mind, it may be in the front of your mind. You may even say it, you know, depending on who you are. But so taking that into consideration, right? You're going on a date. In order for a person to even be agreeable to the date, there has to be some level of attraction there, whether it's sexual or conversational or whatever. There's some level of attraction there for the person to be even agreeable to a date. That's first and foremost. So for a guy, speaking from a male perspective, if a woman agrees to go on a date, there's almost an anticipation that there may be a possibility that this could go somewhere else, or this could go to the next level. Whatever that next level may be, it could be long-term dating, it could be just a wham bam, thank you ma'am, or whatever. But nonetheless, there is that, you know, anticipation there, because she was agreeable, and based on the philosophy that within the 30 seconds of meeting a person, you are kind of like consciously thinking sexually of that person. So that's what we're seeing here. What are your thoughts about that?
That is the psychology of it all, yes. And you are thinking that. Chemistry is very important in the beginning. It is so important, because if there's no chemistry, there's nothing else to do after that. There's no necessity to further the agenda.
Yeah.
Chemistry is very, very important. And you're right, women really do know within the first 5 minutes what she's going to do and how she's going to carry herself after she meets him. If she has chemistry, then it will go to phase 2.
Yeah.
If there's
maybe
great conversation, you're in there. And there's certain things that women want. And nowadays, men are really aggressively saying what they want. I like you. I want to date you. Let's go out. And then, you know, you may go out, and then with the intention that his honesty and truthfulness, if you will, or his ability to profess the truth in that one day gets him to his end game, which is sex. So now you have people that are like, hey, I like you, I be with you, let's go hang out. You hang out with them, next thing you know, they're like, I really like you. And they're telling you everything that you want to hear. And especially if the chemistry is there, it might happen. I would say it might happen. He might get what he wants because A, you have the chemistry, you have great conversation, and he's coming truthfully to you to tell you what he wants. See, a lot of times people don't realize that women want the truth. They want you to be flat out truthful. Tell me what you want, and then I can decide if that's what I'm going to do. Am I going to meet you where you are? Am I going to play this game with you? Now men are like, yeah, let me tell her the truth so that I can get to the end game faster, and not being very honest about it though. See, here's the thing. You can be truthful and you can be honest, you can be truthful, but if your motivation is still sex, then it's kind of fake. It's like, okay, well, you're not genuine in the reason why you're coming to me. Now I know that the end game is sex, and you're saying all these things to make it so that we have sex.
I agree 100%. I agree with you totally, and that is the problem with communication between relationships these days. Is the fact that guys are upfront, women are semi upfront because they already
Wait a
know
minute,
the back
women
of their
are
mind.
semi upfront.
Yeah.
What do you mean
I
by
say
that?
that because they know already whether or not, based on what the guy is pitching to them, whether or not they're going to entertain it or not. They just don't come out and say it. They don't come out and say, "Oh, I like what you're saying. Yeah, let's just go ahead and skip all the BS and let's get right to it." They don't do that. So you're right. A guy is aggressive because he may or may not know where her mindset is. So he's taking a chance by saying, you know what, hey, I like you, I want to get with you, what's up? In hopes that she responds in kind. But she's like, well, let's slow that down and let's talk for a while and let's go out and we see where things go. When she says let's see where things go, she kind of already has it in her head that I like this. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, so that's why I said they're semi upfront.
True, this is semi upfront, but you never know. You don't want to be. Well, first of all, we're told when we're dating, like you have to, hold your own. That you shouldn't be aggressive. You
Right.
shouldn't express your wants or desires the first time. You have to hold out until you get what you want later on. If his end game is sex, you got to hold out. Make him hold out for as long as you can.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you the truth. I mean, that's what you're having conversation with family members. They're tell you the best way to approach the situation is to hold out as long as you can and not give in to the temptation of having sex with this person. Now, what if you decide you made the wrong choice and then the result is the birth of a child,
Right. Yeah.
So a woman has to kind of gauge it so that if she's thinking she has chemistry, hopefully she's also thinking down the line long term as if I enter into this relationship and we have sex, if I get pregnant, am I going to be willing to end my life with this person?
Right.
And that's what should be going through your head. I mean, it should be. I'm not saying that it does all the time, and especially depending on how old you are.
Yep. You're
But you
right.
should be thinking in terms of what's going to happen after this occurs. You never know. And so if a woman has to be thinking long term, and more times than not, she is thinking long term.
Yeah.
So if
I
there's
agree.
chemistry there and good conversation and the man comes with the truth and says what he wants, what do you think, the probability and chances of sex being achieved from the man by the man is going to happen? There's a high percentage of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Great points. Great points. All right, so we're gonna catch the rest of this segment here now and see what else they're talking about.
So what you're talking about, what you're talking about, see, this is why so many women in your age range are going to be destined to be alone, because you're still trying to pretty it up. What you did was you ran game, you hustled, and you deceived dudes. And then you wonder why these guys get out here and become mean and fuck boys. Because they run into women like you playing games.
Okay, so from here
what's wrong with being upfront and saying, I'm not sexually attracted to you, I'm not going to go on a date with you? What's wrong with just doing that?
Nothing, because sometimes, I'll just say, no, thank you, I'm not interested. I say that. And some guys, they might get mad.
Now.
But
you didn't do it then.
I didn't know how. I didn't have the knowledge to do that.
Okay, but you did know they wanted to have sex.
Yes. Who doesn't? I mean, it's kind of like.
But you weren't. That's the point.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
Well, see, that's the point. See, I want you guys to understand. Women know we want to have sex. They want to have sex. But see, what they do is you sit around and say, well, he accepted the date. He didn't have to do it. If you had a son, would you want somebody to treat your son that way?
No, but I will.
And that's it. There's no but. See, anything you say before but is bullshit. And here's the thing: you're still in the dating market, right? Do you want to be married one day?
I want to have kids and get married, but we'll
all right.
see.
Well, the way you're coming across is your mindset is still where it was.
Yeah.
It's a chameleon rebel. And men pick up on this kind of stuff because you do not get, how tall are you?
I'm 5'2".
Dress size?
A 2.
So a woman who is cute, over 30, single, childless, it's crazy. That's what because you have run across plenty of suitable men, and you've gotten to be this age and unmarried with no kids, and that's what men think.
Well, he just said something there.
He said a lot.
Yeah, he said a lot. Yeah, it's true. He said a lot, but he said something very poignant there. In your opinion, as a woman, what is the suitable age that a woman should settle down and have a family, essentially?
I think it varies, but I will say by the time a woman reaches 30, the closer she gets to 30, she's thinking about children, she's thinking about marriage, she's thinking about commitment. So between 25 and 30, she's thinking very heavily on what her future is going to look like and with whom it's going to be. So if you haven't achieved that if you haven't achieved it by 30, then now, or even started the process by 30, now you're getting into the 30 to 35 range. And the older you get, the more you start to understand things about yourself, what you will do, what you won't do, what you will tolerate, what you won't tolerate. And, each decade that goes by, you are now pretty much starting to be set in your ways. I believe also that the younger you are, the better off it is, because as your family grows and you have children, and let's say your children have children, it's easy to be kind of young to enjoy your grandchildren. When you're 70, 75, you can't run around with your grandchildren.
True.
The younger you are, and I'm not saying that you have to be so super young, but having youth, as a parent and as a grandparent, there's advantages to that. You have more energy, you're not as tired, you are able to go to the amusement park and hang out, as opposed to here's some money, go and come back, and coming home. I have a friend that I was just talking to the other day. His mother had her first child at 38. The next one, at 40, and then one at 2. So by the time he grew up and he's now a teenager, she's not interested in, really exerting a lot of energy and all the energy and effort it takes to raise a young man. She's tired.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
So, you're not going to get the going to want to do as much the older you get as compared to when you're young. Now, a lot of people will say, oh, when you're young, you shouldn't have kids and you should just your career. But in essence, it's like if you look at it statistically, most people and most relationships that survive because they met when they were late teens and in their early 20s.
Yeah, yeah. I
Really
I concur. I concur. And I can kind of speak to that a little bit because my first marriage, we got married at 18/17. I was 18, she was 17, getting ready to turn 18, and we had our children right off the bat, 2 daughters. Boom. We were like right hitting 20 when our children were born, and so we were young. And now here we are, early 40s, and we're working on grandchildren, and so in my second marriage, it was kind of like the same situation, but with the children that I came into into this marriage with, the second marriage with, they were relatively the same age, so it was, so our children combined, so combined family, we're, the children are stair steps. And so now I'm working on a second grandchild, and I'm still in my early 40s, so I do have that energy to play around with them and everything else, and I'm retired, and so I can sit at home and babysit all day if I choose to, or I may say, hey, I'm not fooling with these little brats today, I got stuff to do. I'm out. You laid down and did that, not me. I laid down and did y'all. That was it. That was the deal. Yeah. So anything after that is just a bonus. But to their point, what they're talking about here is, she's 36. She's, in a profession that is typically in the age range of someone in their late teens, 18, 19 years old, trying to get some college money up, or just trying to have spending money, to their mid-20s. I can't recall the last time, and it's been a while, but I can't recall the last time I walked into a strip club and, Shaniqua.
Well, wait a minute. You're assuming that that's her career because we don't know that yet.
Well, based on the title of the video, it was 36-year-old stripper.
Okay.
You didn't see the title, but I saw the title. And we're going to get to that.
Oh, okay. So, I didn't see the title.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm like, are you making an assumption that she
giveaway.
is this? Okay.
Yeah, that was a giveaway. My bad. But yes. So the last time I've been to a strip club, the women in there, they're like old enough to be my kids. not some, lady walking with, smell like Bengay going up to the stage, with a cane,
right.
You just don't see that. So I think it speaks volumes to her mindset and to where she's at in life. But I could be wrong. She just could just enjoy it, just enjoy that atmosphere regardless of age. But it speaks to how other men would view her. Like you said,
right?
She's, that age range. So whoever she decides to settle down with, they may be at that point of, not having no kids. Let's just travel. We're both old. Let's just enjoy life. Sorry, I know you probably want to have children and everything, but ain't happening on my block. And now she's like, now she's at a decision
Not
point.
unless you're Halle Berry and at 50, about near 50, a child, or Janet Jackson near 50 having a child. So, unless you're either one of those two,
Yeah.
you are, it's a good thing, and it is. But then they also have had some great careers. They're very successful. They have set a strong foundation for themselves to bring someone in at that time. But to what he was saying, that women should tell a man that that's not what they want. I will say that as women, we're taught to be, at least I will say, like in the South, you're kind of taught to be a little demure. You're not taught to be aggressive or assertive. The idea that, you can be kind and tell somebody no. But I will say that it's kind of hard to do, because you're still trying to be a lady, trying to tell them, like, giving them hints that this is not going to work, or that, no, I don't want to be with you, instead of straight out coming out with it and saying, you know what, I don't want to be with you, I don't want to have sex with you. That's a pretty hard thing to do, especially because we've been brought up in a society where you're not supposed to say that.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, especially coming from the South. I can see that. Yeah.
Right. I mean, but nowadays you have people that are very assertive, and so they just say how they feel, and it's changed because the internet and all the stuff that you have, where you can have access to this, that, and all the social media outlets.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's right. I mean, the older you get, you're 36, you bring that, here's what you're bringing to the table. Is that enough to, to bring and negotiate when you're trying to settle down?
Here we go.
So my thing is, what you want, cool. How do you plan on getting what you want?
Well, now I'm just putting myself out there a little bit more.
To do what?
Than what I was in the past. I was so. At one point, I just wanted to date an athlete or a basketball player or a rapper or something. I would only try to be, in the area or go to clubs, try to meet those type of people. But now I'm much more open. I guess because I'm older, and I don't know. I don't want to say I'm settling, but I'm just more open. I'm more mature, maybe.
Did you go to college? Did you hold the phone steady?
I went to school.
Could you hold the phone steady?
Cal State
Huh?
I went to Cal State LA.
Okay, could you just hold the phone steady because it's moving all over? Could you set it down?
Oh.
So it doesn't move? Because I don't know if you ladies hear what you hear as men.
I'm here.
Go ahead, take your time.
Okay.
You got a book or something you can set it down?
Yeah, I'm doing my best because I really didn't expect to get on here, and I was relaxing watching TV, and I'm just so surprised.
Okay, but
okay.
See, all right, wherever happened to you? It seemed like you just disconnected. All right, here's what men hear.
There I am.
Here's what men hear. I'm 36 years old. I used to run around and want to have athletes and entertainers, and you weren't doing that just because they're great guys. It was because of their resources and their attention.
All of the above.
Right. So now, and then you not even. So, man, you're coming across as a manipulative woman. Men want to have sex. You're going out with men you're not sexually attracted to. Just because you had sex with one guy that you weren't initially sexually attracted to, Y'all aren't honest. You don't enter into good faith, and then you get to be 36 and you say you want to have kids and all this other stuff. And here's what men are saying. All right, I need to know about her mindset. And what you're saying is I put myself out there. But what are you putting out there?
My look. What else do they want me to put? It only, I mean, like, I can talk to somebody for so long and, you know, my brain or whatever, but after a while, I can't see. So anyways, I might not like them like they like me. You know, I might be a little more sweeter than what they thought I was. They might have thought I was a mean, bad girl, but really I'm not, you know? So you just never know. Or then I thought I met somebody that I really was interested in that was in the music industry. But come to find out, he wanted to date girls that made more money than him.
I asked you, basically, what are you putting out there? And you said your look.
What else am I supposed to look? I mean, what else am I supposed to put out there?
Okay. Here we go. What else is she supposed to put out there? I mean, I can think of a few things, but
Right.
this is a PG rated show. And I try to keep it PG rated, anyways.
Of course you are.
But this, and he's right. He's like, a guy is thinking like, okay, she looks good. You know, she presents herself well, but what else is behind the veil, per se? Her mindset. You know, what is she thinking? What she thinks about? You know, how does she carry herself every other day? Just because she looks good tonight, she may look like, you know, the crepe keeper tomorrow. You know, so these are things that we think about, and I'm sure women think about these same things as well. You know, you don't just meet people on the street and you're attracted to them and they look like that 24/7. So you have to consider, okay, they look good now, but are they ugly in real life? In real life, are they ugly? You know, so yeah. See, yeah, but
No,
see,
I know
yeah,
what you're
that
talking
look
about.
right
I
there you
get
just
it. 'Cause
gave.
I'm in Los Angeles, and it's all about the aesthetics. It's all about what you see on the surface. It takes a minute for somebody to really look at you uh, from the surface and then want to get to know you on the inside.
Okay, that's fine, but like I said, you know, if you're dressed up like right now, you look beautiful, dressed nice, makeup done, hair done, and everything. But tomorrow morning,
Right.
how
I
would you
could
look?
be different. It could be totally different. I
Exactly. So,
that I and I agree with you, and I agree with him. It's like guys do want something more than that, and especially if they want something long term. You
hmm
know, the as they say, the aesthetics are gonna fade. You know, the looks are gonna fade. Can I have a great conversation? Will you be there with me when I'm wealthy? What if I lose all my money? Are you still gonna be with me? Are you
yeah,
gonna help me rebuild that?
right,
Can you help me rebuild that?
exactly.
The you know all of that. And then if you're just thinking about looks, the guys just and that's all you have, then you're gonna get exactly that, which means that the guy's gonna think you're all about looks, and the end result of sex is gonna come quicker. Like there's nothing
Yeah,
else that he needs from you. He doesn't want to talk to you after that. He doesn't
yeah,
want to build a relationship with you because there's nothing else for him to
pursue.
do.
Yeah, there's nothing else
And
to
yeah,
pursue.
exactly.
Yeah, you're if you're throwing yourself, if and this is, you know, even from my perspective, if only thing that you're offering is your looks, your body, you're a booty call. You're a wham bam